everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's pick a card reading, we are going to talk about what is the best career for you and are you or not on the right path. I'm going to make you choose between 3 crystals. You're going to see them in a second. However, before we get started with today's pick a card reading, I just want to give a big announcement, and you actually find a video dedicated to it that I made a couple of days ago, and it is about my psychic school. What is the psychic school? I decided to open up classes for people who want to take seriously learning divination tool and awakening their psychic abilities. And that's why I opened up a school for only 20 students. Right now we are like 17 students available for if you want to enroll right now. And we are going to spend 2 months together in live conversations with me, where I'm going to teach you class by class every single divination tool, from the pendulum to the tarot, to reading crystals, to reading palmistry, to using the Ouija board and awakening your psychic abilities. We are going to do yoga and meditation together every Saturday for 2 months. And guys, I'm so excited about my psychic school because it's been such a long time that I wanted to open up a school for you guys where you can learn from me everything that I know in regards to psychic abilities as well as divination tools. And at the end of the course, you're also going to have a private reading with me and a conversation just to see what are your interests and your progress. That's why I am going to make classes only for 20 people. Also, with the psychic school, you are going to receive access forever to all my e-courses, which include the Awakening Your Psychic Abilities webinar, as well as the e-course on tarot, co-creating your reality, and the 7 steps vortex program. So you're going to have basically a crash course about everything in regards to psychic abilities. And by the end of the course, I'm also going to give you suggestion if you want to open your own YouTube channel or perhaps a business in regards to psychic abilities. I'm going to share with you everything that I did in order to make my own business successful. So if you guys are interested in the psychic school and are interested in enrolling right now, enrollment are going to be available up until the entire month of November. Like I said, there are only 17 spots left, and you can find additional information to the psychic school down in my Etsy shop where you can enroll as well. And it goes without saying that of course I am going to do still private readings. However, because the psychic school is going to take my time a lot, psychic readings are going to be available for you guys up until the beginning of November. Then I am going to take a break from them for 2 months so I can fully dedicate myself not only to my YouTube channel and Patreon, but also to the psychic school and my lovely cats as well. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this experience with me, and I'm going to enroll today. Comment down below and let me know your stories. But now, let's get started with today's pick a card reading. Please go ahead and pick your crystals, and I'm going to see you guys very soon with your individual. Okay, pile number 1, you have chose the green adventuring, these tiny crystals right here. So let's find out together, and I apologize for Jasmine walking through my table, but now let's find out together what is the best career for you and whether or not you are on the right path. I'm actually going to take a different approach today. I am going to shuffle the cards in front of you so we can have more of an interactive experience. So let's bring on the tea immediately, and let's start with the Life Purpose Oracle deck, and then I am going to clarify with the tarot as well. Spirit guides and angels, what is the best career path for those of you who choose the green adventuring for my piles number 1? Some of you could be interested in art, I'm picking up, or creativity, or something that you do with your hands. But actually what Spirit is saying the best path for you is energy healing. Now we will have to clarify whether you can perform energy healing abilities also with your art and with your creativity. But what I can see immediately from this card pile number 1 is that you are talented at healing people. Now this could include as well any sort of energy energy healing abilities such as Reiki or, yoga or anything that makes people feeling better. It could even be counseling, or it could be just simply with your energy. You are giving some sort of healing abilities to others. You're extending your healing abilities. So you are basically an energy healer. And she is sitting down in meditation, opening up all her chakras. So it could be that you're into spirituality as well. You are already a meditator. And actually, the reason that is pile number 1, it's because you are an earth angel. And so I have made a video and a pick a card reading about earth angels. You can watch it to know better the definition of an earth angel. But basically, your energy, pile number 1, it's very, very pure and it's very high vibrational. It could even be that you're one of the 3 waves of volunteers, like Dolores Cannon liked to, mention in her book, the 3 waves of volunteers. And so you came here in this existence to really raise the vibration of the planet and to improve people's life. It could even be that just by your sheer presence, pile number 1, you are already doing your life mission. You are already doing your soul project. And it could be though that pile number 1, this entire project or career path, which is even weird to talk about a career path for an earth angel, makes you very frustrated and confused, because you could be wondering, I need money, I need to find a job, and I don't necessarily know how to earn money with disabilities. I don't feel that my career and my life purpose are joining in together. And like I said, you could be interested in creativity or doing something with your art or with your hands, therefore like writing or things like that. And I just want you to know the spirit, pile number 1, wants you to pursue anything that you love, regardless of your soul project, because the 2 things sometimes are not hand in hand, but at the same time, you can never be wrong if you follow what you love. I am seeing that regardless of what it is that you're going to do, you're still going to heal people. Regardless of what you do, you're still going to have even an eye for the environment. It could even be that you are going to participate to some sort of activism when it comes down to helping the environment, awakening people to the importance of saving Mother Earth. Hello, have we seen how the weather is going crazy in the last years? You are going to be one of these people that is super connected with Mother Earth and probably talks about minimalism, talks about this consumeristic society, educates people, and you could definitely heal and educate people as an earth angel yourself or environmentalist through your art. That's what I'm seeing if you are very dedicated to art or any form of creativity. You could even write a blog or having any sort of writing experience. But I really feel that you are on the right path when you know that you're healing other people, when you know that you're creating values in their life, and when you're serving the environment. I'm also seeing that you are a builder. This card is very pragmatic in my opinion, because if you see this card, you will probably think, oh, I am a builder, so what am I supposed to do as a career, building houses? It could be for some of you. However, I do perceive the builder card as a sort of life path number 4, where in actuality, you could be one of these people, and I'm talking from experience because I am a life path number 4 that does many things. You're not necessarily obliged to do any specific career, but you will see pile number 1 that throughout your life, it's all about becoming consistent and persistent, maybe trying different careers and different avenues, because at the end of the day, you're only realizing that you're building your own empire, you're building something solid for yourself, and in the meantime, you're also accomplishing this purpose of just being here and just your presence, being healing people and being of service for others. So I know it's kind of a bummer because it's very hard to summarize in just a pick a card reading such an extensive life purpose, but this is what I am seeing for you. So Yeah, in fact, we do have from the angels the card of strength. It will require you to have a lot of mental strength to not get defeated, because it could be that with the builder card, you have already tried, pile number one, to do a lot of things and not everything worked out. You feel that some of your projects were a failure, but actually what spirit guides and angels want you to know is that everything that you have done so far has made you stronger. And through this experience, you are understanding, like I said, once more, that it doesn't matter what you do, but what matters is your presence in this planet, because you are such a pure being. You're full of light, and your light is needed in this lifetime. So let me clarify with the tarot anything else that I need to see for you in regards to your career path, or whether or not you are on the right path. What is your energy currently? So we have the Knight of Cups. I am seeing that actually you're not meant to do this career path or this life purpose alone, but I really feel that this is what it is. You're supposed to give people love. You're supposed to give people your light, your light-hearted energy. You're supposed to extend this to others and to make them feel appreciated, to make them feel valuable. And this job is so valuable because there are not a lot of people that do have the strength and your energy to do this. However, with the Knight of Cups, I also feel that you're also a very romantic soul that is looking for a soulmate, perhaps. And you have feel misunderstood, alone, and confused for quite a while, or maybe for your entire life. But Spirit wants you to know that you're not going to be alone for a long time. Yeah, I see, sorry, my English today, I'm not getting in there. I feel that there is someone very soon that is going to approach you, and this person is definitely a soulmate or someone important, or that will be important in your life. And this person is going to guide you and is going to show you the way on exactly how to do this career path or to go on about your purpose. And it's so funny, today I've met a lovely couple that has another Chihuahua, so when I go out, I just met them, and it was so cute because she is an artist and her boyfriend is helping her as sort of manager. And so because she gets very overwhelmed about the requests of her clients, not every person is empathic or sensitive when it comes down to artworks and artists. And so he takes care of that, of talking with the clients, of reassuring her, or scheduling her appointment, or whatever she needs to do alone with her artwork. And immediately when they were talking about this dynamic within their couple, I was like, how beautiful. He is definitely your soulmate, your twin flame. You're kind of like, you joined forces to make this beautiful art for everyone, and you kind of help each other out. And they were smiling, and it was so beautiful conversation. And I see that something very similar could actually happen to you. It's just that probably you didn't meet this person yet, but that doesn't mean that this person is not going to come. And that doesn't mean that you don't have to do your career by yourself, but I really think that spirit guides and angels are sending you someone to help you out. And we do have, in fact, the Three of Swords, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So with the Three of Swords, like I said, you feel a certain level of separation between you and others. It could be even heartbreaks from the past. It could be that you feel alone, you feel misunderstood, you feel I don't really have a purpose, you feel a bit of a nihilistic point of view. However, you couldn't be further away from the truth, because you do have a purpose, and it's big, and it is to help other people, and it is to bring your light, to put even beauty back into the world. And with the Empress card, it's just that you need to overcome whatever negative sensation you have been feeling lately, pile number one, because it's not true about yourself. You're beautiful, you're more than enough, you have such a powerful light to you. And I am seeing that if you are going to believe in yourself and you're just going to do what you love with consistency and persistency, due to the Builder and the Strength card, you are going to be successful with the Empress card. You are even going to generate money. You're going to find an individual that is going to help you out in your purpose, and people are going to perceive you as almost like a motherly figure. It could even be that part of your purpose has to do with becoming a mother or nurturing people in general through your healing activities. So I think I should name this pick a card, what is your purpose, more than career. But you know, in today's day and age, because of the internet, there are so many possibilities to become independent and to do jobs that weren't even considered 5 or 10 years ago. So really open your mind, because you can earn money by giving value to people and by being yourself. It's just something that you have to recognize within you. Let me see anything else that I can channel. So it's not that you're not on the right path, pile number 1. However, you feel or you seem to me very heartbroken, very defeated, and there is some help that is coming in the form of a person for you very soon, because it's almost like you need someone to see you, because you are not able to see yourself or to find clarity at this time. We do also have the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. I love it because Archangel Gabriel is the protector of people that use their throat chakra, of artists as well, is the protectors of writers and creators. And so I really do believe that the best career path for you, it's the one within the art or content creation. However, it's not that will define your purpose or will define you as a person. It's just that it's a vehicle for you to express your light-hearted energy and to express your healing abilities. So it could even be something like YouTube, TikTok, social media, writing blogs, writing books, becoming an author, anything, or becoming an artist, anything that is in regards Mercury activities and the throat chakra as well. But you need to remember who you are, and you need to remember that all of this is because you are meant to share your light and you are meant to nurture other people. That is why I was seeing as well counseling could be a possibility for you. Let me see what else can I gather. And you're going to build this systematically through time. So it could be that you have perhaps a heavy placement in Saturn, or your astrology chart is ruled by Saturn. And so, or even your hands in your palmistry. If you want to know more, watch my video on a radio alchemy about what is the ruler of your life according to palmistry. And so obviously things have been quite challenging for you, and it could be that you have the sensation of feeling misunderstood, feeling that you cannot fit in, or feeling that you always have to put double the work into what you do. However, this could be for some karmic reason due to a past life. But my suggestion to you is to not give up, but just to apply consistency and persistence. And you will see that if you will do this with an optimistic mindset, you will really have so much abundance that it's not going to be like a video that gets viral and that's it. It's going to be some abundance that it's meant to stay with the Empress card. It's like you're meant to build your own empire in your own unique way, and in a very different way than what society really wants for people. That's also what I'm seeing. In fact, for this very reason, you have the card of the indigo child. So like I said, you could be very much one of the 3 waves of volunteers, and you could identify yourself in a way or another with being an indigo child, teenager, adult, or anything among those lines. You are someone very sensitive. You are a natural born leader, whether you want this or not. Your aura is indigo. In fact, we have a lot of blues all over the cards, and you are meant to question society. You're meant to change society. You're meant to do a career that is different. You're meant to stand out. You're meant to pave your own path. You're not meant to conform. And so I know that it's been quite hard for you because you feel already separated from other people and you feel that you don't really fit any community. However, it's all meant for a bigger purpose, and this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to share your art. You're supposed to share your voice. You're supposed to be a lighthouse for other people to follow you and to see that another existence is possible, an existence full of light, kindness, love, and yeah, this is your career path, and this is what you're supposed to do. Let me see anything else that I can gather. You just need to believe more in yourself and in your abilities. And I think that, like I said, help is about to come. And sometimes it is in the form of signs. Sometimes it is in the form of friends or a person or someone that you will collaborate with. It could be anything as such. Now, the Knight of Cups usually talks about an offering, something that is going to be offered to you. It could very much be that it could be also, how many times I said be? That it could be also like a job offer, an opportunity, or something in regards to love, and this person is also acting like a soulmate for a career. You could even meet this person due to a career. Everything is likely to happen for you in this sort of dynamics. Keep in mind, obviously, that these pick a card readings are general, so I keep it very light and general because you guys are so many. But remember to comment down below and to let me know your stories, because it helps me out also as a psychic to understand this prediction and improve for you guys. So, ooh, I love it. We do have the card of serendipity. Serendipity is such a wonderful card. I recently had a friend that called me and he had a very amazing time during holidays and he met a very special person and he told me, I feel serendipity. Like I feel that sensation of serenity, joy, a peak of happiness here and there. I feel I am in the right place with the right person at the right time. And this is going to be your life very soon. You are going to feel a sensation of luck, of things going smoothly or things going your way, even though you had a lot of failures in the past. And it's because actually it's going to start from you recognizing your light, from you recognizing your true value, and the fact that you do not have to have necessarily a specific career, but your talents, your skills, and your ambitions are what you are meant to do. You are meant to be different. You are meant to stand out. You're meant to be yourself, and you're meant to show this beautiful self to the world. And yes, funny or easy as it seems, this is the best career path for you. And when you are going to align with this, help is going to arrive from the angelic realm, from the universe, and you're going to feel a beautiful sensation of serendipity. And also with the Empress card, this tells me that you are really meant to build your own empire, to be happy about it, to be joyful, to live a joyful life. So are you on the right path? You will be very soon, because you will recognize your worth and you will recognize that you do not have to conform in order for you to nail your career path or to be successful in this lifetime. Success, and not just beauty, at the end of the day, it's in the eye of the beholder. So also you have as an ascended master close to you the figure of Jesus or Christ consciousness. So you're definitely a healer. I mean, can we stress this enough? You are a healer. Forgiveness. Forgive also yourself for any past judgment, doubt that you might have. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. I mean, this is a beautiful confirmation to end the reading, to tell you, pile number one, at the end of the day, regardless of how you're going to generate money, you are a lighthouse for people. You are a healer, and you're meant to share your lighthearted energy to the world in your own unique beautiful expression. And Christ consciousness is next to you, and actually the angels in Christ consciousness and Archangel Gabriel are about to send you someone that is going to really help you out, or definitely a really strong important opportunities that it's going to also make you heal from whatever this Three of Swords is about for you. Like I said, comment down below, let me know your stories. I hope you appreciated the Speak a Card reading. Check out the Psychic School if you want to learn with me everything about psychic abilities and divination tools. Last readings are available as well on my Etsy shop, and I see you guys next week for another of our Pick a Card readings. Bye. Okay, pile number 2. You chose the beautiful amethyst stone. So let's figure out together what is the best path for you, career or life purpose, and whether or not you are on the right path already. We're going to do things a little bit differently. I already shuffled all the decks, but we are going to pull them in front of you, so it's going to be a little bit more interactive. So let's start with the life purpose deck and see together what it is that you're supposed to do in this lifetime. Pile number 2. The amethyst, okay, the amethyst, I was saying, is a stone that I usually connect with the last chakra, the crown chakra, within the 7th one, of course, and I connected with the 12th house, and usually the 12th house in astrology for me rules 2 types of people. It rules people that are very sensitive to the spirit world. However, it could be that either they are psychic or they are intuitive, they do spiritual jobs, or they could be artists, because artists are actually, in my opinion, the ones that do channel from spirit, but they transform whatever ideas or whatever it is that they feel from spirit into their art. And it's so funny because as I was thinking that, this card actually came out, which is the card of artist. So we could just finish the reading right here. Your career path is supposed to be something very artistic. Engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to your career and every other area of your life. And I know for many people that are grounded, becoming an artist seems something very impossible. It used to be a career that was very limited, I think 10 years ago or 20 years ago, when there were only a certain type of entertainment industries, such as, you know, Hollywood, the movies, TV, and that was it, and the music industry, and then painting was something apart. But right now, with the expansion that we had due to technology, there are so many artistic jobs that you can do. You can be independent, you can be a content creator of any sort. There are platforms rising year by year. In a couple of years ago, nobody didn't even know what TikTok was about, and now there are people that are TikTokers. There is YouTube, there is Instagram, there is so many things, and there is going to be so many other things in the future as well, not just social media. And there are so many jobs within the artistic field that you can do depending on your own preference. Thinking about even painting, before years, like years before, you could only do a certain type of skills. But if you think about something like the animation industry, we only think that the animation industry, it's about 3D models, or it is about actually animating the characters, but there is so much more to it. There is storyboard, there is storytelling, there is animation, there is graphic design, there is design for editing, there is 3D, there is 2D animation, there is working for TV shows, there is working for Pixar's, Disney, and so much more than just this. So there are so many ways in which you can utilize your art and monetize it as well. So if you are very young, my suggestion to you is to either go to school or self-train yourself, or go to some schools online and to study the heck out of what it is that you want to do in the future, and to be persistent and consistent, to never compare yourself to others, because the beauty about art, and this is something that social media unfortunately kind of made it all worse and bad for artists. But what you guys have to understand, whether you are musicians, writers, or any sort of artists, actors, that in art, it doesn't, like, something like competition, in my opinion, in art doesn't really exist. Even though they say it's a super competitive industry, I really think that only people that are very superficial do see art as something competitive. Because if you really go deep to the core of what art is to put beauty back into the world in your own unique and positive expression. And my unique expression is so different than yours. And so what makes a good artist is to actually have a vision, is to actually have creative, original ideas. But you cannot have original, creative ideas if you're constantly comparing yourself to the past. Comparison is really the dead end of art. But if you really want to stand out, if you want to make this into your career, stop comparing yourself to anyone else Instagram post, to anyone else likes. Social media has its benefit, however, it does work a lot with the algorithms. It's not even one single algorithm. It has to do a lot with the engagement of people, what it's on trend, and it has nothing to do with your talent. And it is a sector that it's in regards more to marketing. However, I promise you guys that if you are going to study, if you are going to be skilled at what you do, you're going to create something that it's unique, it's original, because you're not scattered around, you're not trying to conform, you're not trying to compare yourself to other people. In the long run, this is going to pay off, and this is what the industry is actually looking for if you are an artist. For instance, when I was an artist myself, pile number 2, I made a music that was very peculiar for that time. In Italy, there were very few bands, probably none female fronted bands. I hate and detest to say female fronted, however, is the truth. There were in a lot, which is occult rock music. I didn't try to do pop music. I didn't try to do, not because there is anything wrong with pop music, but because it's not part of who I am. I didn't try to fit in country music. I didn't try blues. I did who I was, even though it was a very small niche, which is about singing about horror movies and witchcraft. And I used to put tricks inside the songs and say to people, hey, have you guessed what horror movie I am talking about? You know, and I created my own unique style, even within the occult rock genre. My sound, the sound of my band, Psychedelic Witchcraft, was very, very different. We used different guitars, we used different sound, and it's so funny because I wanted to be so different that one of my producer was actually a hip-hop rap producer that brought so many interesting sound to the occult rock sound. And because I had this vision of mixing different ideas from people and my own personal vision, I was able to get a record deal straight away as soon as I released my first EP, which is a small album. And I featured in so many magazines saying I was one of the best singers in that particular genre. And the reason that is because the industry, especially if you're thinking about the entertainment artistic industry, doesn't value things that you can easily find. If you are going to conform to a particular style, or if you are going to copy other people, I mean, you can copy for learning and for getting inspiration. However, if you're trying to please the algorithm or try to, you know, to compare yourself to others, the market is not going to value your art because you're simply one of the many. So why an animation studio or a record deal or a label has to sign you when there are so many other people like you? Let's say that you want to sing like Lady Gaga. Why a record label will sign you when they can have Lady Gaga instead? You know what I'm saying? So please remove away any insecurity, study, really go deep into your vision, pile number 2, and be authentic, unique, stand out, and there will never be any comparison between you and another person, because what another person, another content creator, another artist is doing is their unique perspective and it's their unique contribution as well. And because now with social media we can follow whoever we want, there is no reason to be competitive really, because a person can easily follow you and also another person. I listen to so many artists that have nothing to do with each other, but that doesn't mean that one is better than the other. They're just giving different contributions. So after all of this long thing that I just said, I really think that your best career path is to become an artist and to really engage with any artistic abilities that you feel resonates with your heart and you feel that you are talented at. Let's see also, and don't wait around. Like, I was lucky enough to get record deals that were financing me for the albums. However, initially I didn't had anybody. So if you are one of these people who is trying to get discovered by someone, you have to do the work first. You have to be the one that invests on yourself. And back then I wasn't even doing YouTube. I didn't really have the money to spend on an album. However, I went to work, I saved up my money, and with the little money that I had plus some connection, because connections are so important, not just on social media, but going around in clubs and places that are revolving around art. I got the chance to meet certain people that helped me out producing the album and the first EP as well, like the guy that I mentioned about. And so between saving up money and meeting the right people, I was able to completely finance my own. My first 2 albums were completely paid by me. And then later on, I found record deals that were really good, and they obviously paid for the record, because that's how it works. But, you know, don't sit around and wait for someone to discover you, but do the work. Like, in this way, you are going to attract an audience that is just yours. And so by the time that somebody approaches you, such as a manager, an agency, or a record deal, whatever that is, you have something solid to talk with them. You are not going to be so desperate to receive money from them, because you're going to be independent, and you're not going to sit around their politics that much, but you're going to be like, this is my art, this is who I am, I already have an audience, I already can do art by myself. I used to sell my albums on Bandcamp and make a living also like that, not a lot like on YouTube, but I still was able to make a living for myself in that way. There are so many ways. So pile number 2, do not get limited by getting discovered. You will eventually get discovered. However, it starts from you. Remember this, get to work, okay? I don't know, this sounded more than a prediction, like a TED talk or like a different video, like we got transported all of a sudden in a different channel. But anyway, pile number 2, let's see what else can I gather for you. We do have writing, so most likely pile number 2, one of your greatest skill is to write. This could go from songwriting to writing books and become an author, but the writing card could also imply that you are very skilled in art. So actually drawing or sketching, things like that. So let me know in the comment section down below if that resonates with you. And also what your spirit guides and angels want you to know right now, pile number 2, is that you are meant to travel in this lifetime, possibly even get discovered in that sense in a foreign country or somewhere else differently than where you live. And the travel card in the life purpose deck also symbolizes that you are going to utilize social media. You are going to be at that airport being independent. You could be a freelancer. Artists could even be photographers, video makers. I mean, guys, you name it in the comment section down below. But you are meant to, you know, start by yourself with your own tiny laptop and really travel the world with that. I will definitely put into artistry as well, vloggers, for instance, or travel vloggers, because if you think about travel vlogging, it is really about, they write blogs a lot, blogs about their experiences. There are some travel bloggers that they are super artistic when they're showing images of the countries that they're visiting. So it is something like that, but there is no shadow of a doubt for me, pile number 2, that you are meant to be a creator or to use some of your creative expression, because your soul is longing to express itself creatively. And at the bottom of the deck, we also do have the infinite abundance card. So you are meant to generate a lot of money or financial wealth from your art as well. So what are you doing? Do it. Okay, let's clarify a little bit better with the tarot. Sorry for being straightforward, but you know, I don't like to blabber a lot in my prediction, because it's like I don't need to milk anything. If I see something so straightforward as this, I'm just gonna say it. I think people can get a really accurate reading in 10 minutes, to be honest. That's why I do 10 minutes readings most of the time, because I'm telling you guys, sometimes less is better. You just get your answer and it's straightforward. You don't need to go on about it over and over again unless it's a very complicated, elaborated questions or something that we really need to sit down and talk to. But when it comes down to what is the best career path for you, it's like, it's one answer, right? Then we have the Four of Pentacles, indicating that, in my opinion, you could be very worried about money, or you could be worried about not getting discovered or not earning enough money to sustain your art. But you know, money, it's energy at the end of the day. I have been in the lowest and in the highest, and I never regret what I did. Sometimes I just needed a sandwich in my music, and that's all I needed, really. And it took me to such marvelous, I have to say, like in my 20s, I experienced so many beautiful things because I followed love, because I followed what I love, and I follow music. Like I could write a movie about the experiences that I had due to music throughout my life, and I don't regret anything that I did. And I don't care whether I didn't make a lot of money, because money is not everything. If you are making a lot of money but you're doing something that you hate every single day, I'm telling you, it's not worth living in that way. So don't be stressed out, but save up for your art, make a plan B, but focus on your plan A and make it happen. Like when I did YouTube, I didn't even had a job, and I didn't even thought, oh my God, I need a plan B, otherwise this is not gonna work. I knew my worth and I knew my value, even though people call me narcissistic because of it, but I call it self-love. I knew that I could create value for people, and I just went for it. And I knew that there wasn't any plan B. Like with music, I never had a plan B. I never thought about it. I was like, I know I can do this. And people thought I was crazy because I didn't even know how to play the guitar. I learned how to play the guitar in 4 months. And people thought, you're absolutely nuts. Like, who is going to discover you? I didn't even have bandmates. But I was so positive, and I was like, there is no way I am going to do this. And in 2 months, I wrote an album, I recorded it, I found incredible bandmates, I started having concerts, record deals. It just happened. The moment that I popped on YouTube, it just happened. Sure, I don't have 1 million subscribers. However, things are looking pretty good. It's been good this 3 years. So, you know, you gotta believe in what you're doing before others can really see you. Because if you don't believe in it, chances are people are not gonna believe it either, because it's just the way it works. And then we have the Lover's card, and I think the Lover's card is, I'm sorry for the incredible light that is coming from outside, but it is the Lover's card. I hope you guys can see it over here. The Lover's card to me tells me that you gotta do what you love. Yes, it could be about someone coming and helping you out and having a soul family that helps you out, sure, but in my opinion, it has to do with you got to choose what you love. You cannot sit in that Four of Pentacles forever and be miserable and saying, this is not going to work out. I mean, at the end of the road, what are you going to live for? I mean, when we are going to die, and we're all going to die, let's just face this, okay? It is our faith. We all going to die. And on the other side, they're not going to ask you how many followers you had. They're not going to ask you how much famous you were, how much money you made. They're not going to ask you anything about that. But they are going to ask you, at the end of the day, what have you chose? Have you chose love, or have you chose fear? What have you believed in? That is all that matters. And there is a song from one of my favorite bands called Blues Pills that has a line. The song is called Dig In, that actually talks about this, and I think it's very strong, that song. If I get the lyrics, I'll sing it for you. We got the Two of Swords as well, Indecision, the Three of Wands at in the reversed, and the Hanged Man. You have to, pile number 2, let go of indecision, let go of seeing your dreams, the dream of becoming an artist so far away from you, because it's not this far. You just have to make a choice. I could have made different choices in my past. I could have chose to not believe in myself, to not believe in this channel when my channel was going so bad and I lost all my subscribers. I could have chose to give up on it, but I never did. I'm still here, no matter the rants, no matter what I said, no matter the downside, no matter Saturn return, no matter the challenges. I chose what I wanted to experience, and that is the biggest thing that is going to do the trick for you. You have to choose that this is not only what you want to see in a prediction, not only what you want to see in the cards, but your vision is what you're going to experience as well. I want to remember that song from Blues Pills. Dig in, you say, but the earth, it's hot and cold. Hold on, you say, but I'm standing on evil. It's coming down the road, and there's something bad. I want to find that part. Things you were told. If life was just a game of for fun, will you feel like you have won? Will you feel like you have won? That's it. If life was just a game, just for fun, will you feel like you have won? It's the same thing that I said before. And we do have again, as for pile number 1, Archangel Gabriel. And it's so cute that Archangel Gabriel came out when I was singing, because Archangel Gabriel represents the throat chakra, represents singing abilities, represents artists, writers, content creators. It's like I said for pile number 1, he came out as well. Gabriel, are you here today or what? This is it. It could even be that you're meant to do music in this lifetime. But that's it. That is the best career path for you, and you need to start believing in yourself. It could even be for some others of you who are not connected to music, that you are meant, and I'm sorry for the light, but you are meant to write books and become an author. So it's an artistic path that you're meant to do, pile number 2. This is your best career for you, and check it out whether or not are you on the right path, depending on are you in line to this path? Comment down below and let me know. Enroll to my school, the Psychic School. The infos are on my Etsy shop. Enrollment is for the entire month of November. I will really love to teach you guys about divination tools and awakening your psychic abilities. And private readings are going to be available only at the right now and at the beginning of November. Then they're going to be all sold out for 2 months. So check them out, and I see you guys very soon with another of our pick a card readings. Bye. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. Aki is also here for your reading. You chose the clear quartz, and let's find out together what is the best career for you. Are you on the right path? What is your life mission? All that jazz. So Putu boy, come here. He's gonna be here. And let's shuffle the cards together. I already pre-shuffled them, but we're gonna do things a little bit differently because this is a very straightforward, question. What is the best career for you? So let's get started with this oracle deck and then get clarifiers through the tarot as well. Pile number 3, what is the best career path for you? Are you already on the right path? What do you need to know about your life mission? Let's find out. Okay, we have teaching. Today's spirit is being like super straightforward. Like literally, they're like, let's not lose any single time for our piles. Pile number 3, you're meant to be a teacher. What kind of teacher? Depends on your inclination, ambitions, talents, and skills. However, it seems to me that you are destined to inspire young people to learn. There are so many ways in which you can do this. You could be a school teacher. You can be an art teacher. You can be a content creator. I feel that in today's day and age, the more we're going to go on with life, the more people are wanting to create content. Because if you think about, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, the more we are going to project ourselves in the future, technology, it's not going to back down whatsoever. And sad as it is, but the world is going to become easier and easier to handle. In what way? Like, there are going to be artificial intelligence that they're not even going to be like robots with the human bodies, because they don't need to have human bodies. This is like something that we picked up from movies, but if you think about it, an AI, an algorithm doesn't need to be a body, a human body, to do its job. I mean, it's inefficient if you think about it. Why would there be a robot typing where there can be an AI inside the computer typing super fast? It doesn't even need hands. So this is what is going to happen. Technology is going to help us out so much into our day-to-day task, in doing those boring jobs that we never wanted to do. That doesn't mean that human contribution is not going to be there. However, I think in terms of comfort, our life is going to become more comfort. And so the new jobs that are on the rise is human value, like jobs that create human value. And what are those jobs? Teaching, creating content, entertaining people, artistry, because those things are things that an AI can do, but cannot really do, because it just lacks that emotion. It lacks that, emotions and that empathy for others, and that, that communicative skill, really, that authentic communicating skill. So I think that a lot of people are going to go towards that, towards building their own future and doing more content and creating more educational content as well. I think if you are an educator of any sort, pile number 3, you really are going to be on the right path. Okay, I don't know why that rant, but it just came. It just comes to me. What can I do? Pile number 3, let's see what else can I gather for you. We have also the card of practice. So with the card of practice, it could be that either you guys are very young, or you feel that you're not prepared to do this job yet. However, if you are going to practice your skills, which hopefully they're going to come up so we can reiterate a little bit on them, you are going to improve on your communication as well. It's just going to happen. You have the, you have that X factor, let's put it this way, to really be a good teacher for young people. You just have to practice a little bit more your skill. Remember that no one was born already perfect. Even though you might be talented, let's say at teaching, but nobody is born immediately knowing exactly how to do it. These are skills that need to be developed and practiced. And it takes a lot of strength to take the responsibility to teach other people, because many times you might feel that you're not enough, or you might feel that you don't know everything. But let me tell you one of the biggest secrets ever. If you feel that you don't know everything, actually you're one of the percentage of people that is intelligent. People that usually lack intelligence, sorry to be straightforward, they think that they know everything. But this is a lesson that my own father taught me when I was a child. We went to the British Museum in London, and I remember that there is this huge library at the British Museum. And when I was a child, I was a nerd, as I am, about archaeology especially, and history. I wanted to know everything about literature, about philosophy, about the history of the world, especially the history of religions. And when I came to the British Museum in that library, I felt so overwhelmed that I started crying. And my dad didn't even thought that I was weird, which is sweet, but thought that, oh my God, you're just like me. The first time that I stepped into a library, I felt super overwhelmed. Like, how will I ever read all of this book? How will I know everything? And then he told me, you won't. And this is the beauty of it, that you won't know everything. And there is always going to be something to learn. There is always going to be a book to read. There is always going to be something to discover. The reality is, the more you're going to read, the more you're going to practice your skills, the more you're going to dig down into what you love, the more you will be so further away from knowing everything. And this will scare you, but this will be that exciting journey. And I cherish those words for eternity, because it just is the truth. I opened up a psychic school, but I am further away from knowing everything about psychic abilities and divination tool. I know that I gathered so much knowledge in 20 years. However, every single time that I teach people, even when I did the webinar on psychic abilities, I felt as well that I was learning from the people who were attending. And it was a beautiful way of sharing knowledge together. I always feel that I don't know enough. I always feel that there is going to be so many things that I'm going to be so away from. And usually you perceive people the lack of intelligence when they get very cocky and they think that they know it all. But it's just not true. It's not possible. Recently, because of the videos that I did in Italian about witchcraft, I got attacked by some people saying that I'm shallow, I don't know enough about witchcraft. But the reality of the story is that, for instance, witchcraft is something that has been part of every culture around the world. And depending on what area and what part of history and what part of the world you come from, it's seen as different. The identification of witchcraft, the definition of a witch changes depending on the person that is practicing. So saying that you know everything about witchcraft is just not possible, because you will have to put every single perspective about literally any magic practice around the world and give one singular definition foundation for all of these practices. It's impossible. It is a spiritual path and a path that it's constantly expanding at the same time because it's an active art. So, you know, I always answer this type of people. I don't want to know everything. I want to know more. I am excited and eager to learn. So all of this is just to say, pile number 3, you are meant to be a teacher, okay? Do not get put down by other people or don't get compared by others, but just practice what it is that you love. And I know that there is going to be time where you are going to feel that you're not enough or that you don't know everything, but this is just positive. Keep on even feeling in that way without that heavy burden by forgiving yourself, and just every single day improve your communication, improve your skills, study more, and just improve your general life experience so you can become a better teacher. Nobody's perfect, nobody knows it all, and people that think they know it all, well, they are missing so much about this beautiful existence, and you don't want to miss out. So just keep going and keep practicing and keep studying, especially. So let's see what else. Pile number 3. So you have the card of spiritual teacher and the card of books as well. So many people had the card of books today. It's crazy. So you are meant, pile number 3, as the best career path for you to be some sort of spiritual teacher or teacher. Now, this pick a card reading are general, so please fit the message where it needs to fit. I'm keeping it very light, entertaining, and general because you guys are so many. However, if there is something that is resonating, know that this message is indeed for you. So do not dismiss it. I really feel that you might be starting in this path as a spiritual teacher, but in actuality, you always are the person that is teaching something new to your friend. You're always the one that is giving an advice, and you might be very interested in matters of spirituality, philosophy, and you know, like I said, the more you're going to find out, the more you're going to feel that you cannot know it all, and that is what it is, the beauty of it. And so with the books card, try not to get overwhelmed, but you know, get to a library or even on Amazon and get excited about writing books and reading books and gather so much knowledge, because everything that you learn, you will practice and you will experience later on will serve you to teach other people. And when I mean teaching is something different than preaching. Preaching is that attitude of I know it all and I am preaching to you how you should behave. Teaching, I feel personally, it's more like Socrates used to do. And it is about really sharing with that client or with the person or those young people that you're teaching to and say, this is my opinion, this is my experience, this is the knowledge that I have learned, and you possibly give also credits to the people that you have learned this knowledge from. You advise books about it, and then you ask your student and you say, hey, what do you think about this as well? What is your perspective? Teaching is about guiding other people to unfold their beautiful, authentic, independent thinking. It's not about imposing your idea, imposing your spirituality to others. It's not about preaching. It's not about I know it all and you just do it my way, but it is about guiding other people towards their own beautiful unfoldment. When I did the webinar, for instance, on psychic abilities, I was looking at all the people participating and I was seeing, okay, this person is very talented at feeling things intuitionally or with their gut feelings. So let me talk to them in this way. Let me see where this is going. Some other peoples were very talented at communicating with animals. And so a teacher is really that mentor that guides you towards your unique set of skills and makes you blossom. And then possibly the students become even better than the teacher and just continues the legacy. Teaching is about leaving a legacy of value for other people. And it's something beautiful that creates so much values for others. I remember in school, my teacher of of philosophy made me love philosophy so much, and my teacher of literature made me improve dramatically my capacity of writing because he pushed me in the right direction by stimulating my independent thinking. So this is what a teacher is, and it's beautiful. And if you feel called to do something like this, remember, you are enough to teach other people. Don't allow anyone else to tell you the opposite, but just diligently do your work, study, and improve every day, and create value and awaken other people to their fullest potential. That will make you the greatest teacher of all. So that's what I'm seeing. Now let me clarify with the tarot. Yeah, I mean, reiterating a little bit on what we just said, we have the Nine of Swords indicating that you feel very confused, you feel very drained, you're not sleeping very well, you feel that you're not enough essentially for doing what you came here to do. But the Nine of Swords is obviously an illusion. You're just sitting in the dark and you're not allowing the lights of the sun to show the truth about who you are. But we do have the Wheel of Fortune indicating that very soon things are going to change for you. There is positive expansion. The Wheel of Fortune, in my opinion, is ruled by Jupiter. It is about positive change. It is about good luck. It is also the wheel of karma, the wheel of your destiny. So I really feel that very soon you're going to be able to appreciate your value, and you're going to be able to really go towards this path of spiritual teaching or to teaching other people what you know, your set of skill and talent. And then with the Page of Cups, I also see that most likely you are destined to be involved with very young people or possibly even children, but you are meant to be a teacher for those people or those souls who are lost, or those, you know, I feel that Generation X is a great generation, what is called Generation X, right? You know, the last generation, the kids of today, the teenagers. I think they're a great generation. They're super smart. They're so quick at understanding everything. But one thing that they're kind of lost because they lack some guidance. They are in look for, I wouldn't say necessarily idols, but I think they are in look for some sort of guidance that they cannot even find in their own parents. But they are so talented and so pure, quite naive sometimes. And so I feel that if you are a little bit older than that, or if you are in the generation of the millennial, we have the responsibility to guide them. We can become their idols in a way, but without putting us in any pedestal, okay? But we have the responsibility to create for them a better world. We have the responsibility to inspire them and to teach them. And I really think, pile number 3, this is what you're called to do as well, to be of inspiration to a younger audience. Now, let me see what else. Pile number 3. We have the Thinking Man, okay? And it's funny because the Thinking Man has a clear course, which is the same that you have selected. So that is very spot on. And then we have Walking Away and Community and Deceit. This gives me the impression, pile number 3, that you don't believe a lot in yourself because you were trying to fit a lie. You were lying to yourself about what sort of community or type of spirituality you wanted to be a part of. And I am seeing, pile number 3, that very soon with the Wheel of Fortune, you are going to walk away from false belief systems that are not a part of you, and you are meant to build your own community. You just have to take a time to think, but not overly think, and see through a clear course, like see clearly what it is that you believe in. And once you will understand what it is that you believe in, your faith will move mountains. Because do you know how many people hate on me or criticize me for the way I teach, or for the way I speak, or for whatever content I share, especially on TikTok and especially in Italy? But I don't care, because I can see from my clients every day that what I do creates value. First and foremost, I believe in what I do, and so I just do what I can to create value for other people. And so when people criticize me, I really understand. I have been there myself, and I learned from the mistake of criticizing people and tell them that they didn't know enough. Like, I was very entitled back then, and I was acting very stupid and selfish. But due to that experience, I learned that it's actually the opposite. opposite. Everybody has their own perspective. We don't know everything, and it's just a learning curve day by day. So, you know, those people might be in that experience where they don't really know. They only know how to judge. I've been there, so there is no judgment on my part as well. But you don't have to be there if you are understanding how that works. You can walk away. You do not have to conform. You do not have to say yes to everything just because people are parroting the same thing over and over again. You have to really sit down and say what it is that I believe in that is sufficient, and improve on that. And that will create that set of skills that will be necessary for you to communicate, to build your own community, or to resonate with a community that actually feels real for you. So that's another thing that I'm seeing. Let me see what else. We have the twin flame card. Okay, that is a shock. That is a surprise. I wasn't expecting this card whatsoever today. Okay, so maybe chances is that you are attracting your twin flame, or you are already with your twin flame. But whatever label you want to put on this thing, because there's so many things about twin flames, however you want to see it. This is how I see it, okay? I don't have to be right. But in my opinion, what a twin flame is, or soulmate, ultimate soulmate, is someone that maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a companion, could be anything as such, or both. And it's meant to be with you because you guys are meant to birth together your life purpose. You are meant to join forces together. It could be that your twin flame, you are the songwriter, and that your twin flame is the bass player, is the guitarist. It could be that you write books and your twin flame is the editor. It could be that you are a teacher and your twin flame is a teacher for another area, and you guys are going to build a school together. Chances are this is what it is for you, pile number 3. So anything along those lines. But I really feel that you are a very sensitive person, pile number 3, and you are very sensitive also to harsh relationship. So spirit wants you to align yourself with this divine purpose, to accept it, to know your worth and your value. And very soon you're also if you're not already, you're going to be united with someone very special that it's meant to teach with you. And most likely you're meant to have a school together of some sort, or you're just meant to teach others, so with your light. And let me see what else. Pile number 3. But you need to stop lying to yourself, and you need to walk away from any deceit or any, you know, lies, or any community that you feel are fake, or they're not representing your belief system. Let's put it this way. So then we have Horus, ancient Egyptian god, and Horus represents the cosmic gateway, indicating that your thoughts are magnetic and powerful, which resonates a lot, pile number 3, with the thinking man. So really be careful about what are you thinking, because chances is you're going to rapidly manifest it into reality. Miraculous changes are occurring, which also tells me that with the Wheel of Fortune, that even if things weren't looking up that great for you, actually there is a miracle coming up in your future, and there is a lot of positive change on the horizon. It's almost like a portal, it's opening up for you. And this portal is about you're finally have the chance to open up communication. I not only see you meeting this special person and having this love offer or some sort of offer coming up from your twin flame or soulmate, but I really think that you're finally going to be honest with yourself, or with an audience, or with a community. Walk away from any association that you perceived were fake, or that weren't really representing your belief system, and you will speak up with love and get healed from this, and you will be ready to stand up and be the teacher that you're called to be. And also we do have the beautiful card of Holy Amethyst, which does indicate divine alchemy. You will move beyond your current challenges, and the only thing that you have to do at this time is focus on what you desire, because it's coming, and it's coming actually with the Wheel of Fortune, pile number 3, pretty rapidly. You just have to walk away from anything that it doesn't sit well with you. Do it with love, do it with respect, but really honor yourself at this time. So yeah, this is what I see for you, pile number 3, as your best career path. And whether or not you are on the right path, comment down below and let me know your stories. Remember that my psychic school is open for enrollment throughout the month of November. Infos are on my Etsy shop, and my private readings are available up until the beginning of November. Then they will be sold out for 2 months, so I can dedicate myself to the psychic school. Thank you so much, you guys, for sticking around for this channel. For all the people who are new and came from John Marco videos, thank you so much. And keep in mind, you're never wrong if you follow love. And I see you next week with another of our pick a card reading.